Almost ready for the tip-off tonight between the Knicks and the Hogs. Coaches Bob Weiss in his second year in Atlanta on the right, Pat Riley in his first year in New York on the left. And already an amendment to those starting ups. It's Blair Rasmussen for the first five for Atlanta. Paul Graham will come off the bench tonight.
Well, Van Aer, one thing he wants to do is match up with this size. You have such a strong rebounding team, and he feels Paul Graham is more for quickness and he needs rebounding.
And talking to assistant coach Johnny Davis before tonight's game, Mike, he was saying that they hope that starting Blair will bring Patrick away from the glass a little bit and give Kevin more room to operate and continue to add to his league lead in rebounding.
I'm sure Kevin would appreciate any help that Blair could lend him.
No doubt. Knicks with the first possession of the game. Mark Jackson working against Rumeal Robinson. Gerald Wilkins against Stacey Augmon. Mark Jackson with it down on the left baseline, coming off the pick, and scores the first 2 points of the ball game as New York breaks the seal on scoring.
Well, Rumeal has to do a little better job of getting over that screen. Mark Jackson's not much of a shooter. Don't mind him taking a couple, but at least trail the guy out and put a hand up.
There you saw Blair far out on the right wing, but there's a steal right there by Mark Jackson. Taking it in for the easy two.
That's the pressure that we talked about at the top of the game. They want to pressure these Hawks guards. They're not sure that they can handle the pressure.
Dominique Wilkins with a three-pointer. It's a 4-3 Knick ball game in the first minute of action here at the Omni. Patrick Ewing against Rasmussen. And over the double team help from Dominique Wilkins. And it looks like Dominique will be charged with the foul, so Patrick will have a chance at a three-point play.
That just shows you the talent of Patrick Ewing. Here he turns to his favorite way. He wants to turn and shoot this jump shot, turning over his right shoulder. Rasmussen is there, and Dominique just a second late. You have to get a quick double team on Patrick and force him to pass the ball out.
Rasmussen charged with the foul instead of Dominique. 6-3, New York on top. Rumeal Robinson backing in against Mark Jackson. Stacey Augmon just harassed by McDaniel. Willis swinging it around to Rumeal. Looking for Dominique inside against his brother Gerald. Off the glass, will not go. Rebound, the younger Wilkins. Nice, beautiful look by Charles Oakley to the cutter, Patrick Ewing.
That's an athletic Patrick Ewing. Now, Charles Oakley is not going to shoot the ball much. Pat Riley doesn't want him shooting, but you have to get back and deny the easy pass. Now, here Patrick Ewing is. What Blair Rasmussen has to do is locate him and not let Patrick just cut down the middle and catch that pass. You've got to find him and use your body on him around the free throw line.
No doubt about that. And already Bob Weiss has called 22nd timeout to chat about the situation here at the Omni. Maybe one reason, the Knicks are 4 for 4 from the field, and they lead it 8-3.
And the Knicks are a team that struggle offensively. You don't want them getting a lot of easy baskets. Make them earn everything that they get. Not a good jump shooting team, but don't give up the easy ones.
But Pat Riley has got them playing great defense. They're second in the league. Coming in, giving up just over 97 points a game. Stacey Augmon working against McDaniel, kicking it back out to Rasmussen. Cannot get the roll. Rebound, X-Man. Bringing it up the floor himself.
And the hostilities have really started with Oakley and Kevin Willis. Oakley just taking an opportunity just to throw an elbow at him on the way down the court that time. So referees will be keeping an eye on that, as will we as well.
Well, you kind of noted a little exchange of words before the game during the warm-ups. Oakley letting Willis know that he's going to have to work.
Yes, he did. He said, I don't really respect the role that you're on. You're not going to have a good game tonight.
Ooh.
And he didn't smile.
Ooh, he did not smile. Mark Jackson with his 5th and 6th points of the game. And it's good for a 7-point New York lead. Stacey Augmon with it against McDaniel. Blair Rasmussen on the move past Ewing, and he scores.
Nice little penetration that time by Blair. Has to be ready to shoot or penetrate when he gets the ball.
Patrick Ewing with the spin move and the nice touch off the glass. He has 4.
I tell you, the Hawks are going to have a big night, a hard night, if they just let Patrick catch the ball right in there and operate with single coverage.
Dominique Wilkins with the spin move down the lane, but whistled for traveling.
And take a look at this. Here he just catches the ball. Blair has to deny that pass, and if you're going to let him catch it, the double team has to be there immediately. That's much too late for Rumeal coming over. Nothing he can do but watch that one go in.
Mark Jackson with the drive, and a whistle stops play. Loose ball foul charged against the Knicks.
Well, there you see Charles Oakley venting his frustrations, throwing the ball at the referee after he made that call. He just kind of charges over the top to get an offensive rebound. It's really going to be a battle and a challenge for Kevin Willis to get a lot of rebounds tonight.
Of course, Oakley has always been considered one of the premier rebounders in the game, but it's really not until this year that Willis has stepped up to show what he can do as Ramil converts on the layup.
That's true, and it's not a crown that Oakley wants to give up easily. He'll definitely battle Kevin Willis tonight for every rebound that he gets.
What do you think has been the reason for Willis's just blossoming this year?
One of the main reasons is his focus and dedication. He knows he's in a leadership role, and even in shooting practices, he's not joking around now. He's dedicated to getting every rebound that comes off on the glass.
The younger Wilkins over the older Wilkins. Gerald with his first 2 points of the game. Knicks lead at 14-7. 8.5 minutes left in the first period. Rasmussen's driving hoop would not go. The second or third try would not drop either, and here come the Knicks. Wilkins at the top, taking it over Augman. No. Rebound Willis, trying to save it, and he does to Ramil. Hawks on the run. Robinson with the dish to the right side. Augman can't finish on the reverse, and a big block by Ewing, but he had to foul to do it.
And that's a situation when a rookie like Stacey has to learn to shoot a 12-foot jump shot. You've got Patrick Ewing that has the angle cut off. Stop and shoot a short jump shot. There's nowhere you can go there. Take a look at here. Now here's Ramil passing the ball to Stacey. There's nowhere to go. Patrick can cover the whole backboard. Tries to be creative, gets nothing. Fortunately, Blair Rasmussen is there to get the rebound.
And right now it's Rasmussen who's doing the job in the rebound department. He's already grabbed 4 for the Hawks. As you see, coming into tonight's contest, averaging 83% in the free throw department.
Blair's also making good quick moves against Patrick Ewing. He's catching the ball up high. He's either shooting or putting it down right away, and that's putting pressure on New York's center.
His trip to the line cut the Knicks lead to 5 at 14-9. Just under 8 minutes left in the first period. Swinging it around for Wilkins, down on the post for Ewing to turn around Jay. No. Willis with the forearm and a one-handed rebound. Ramil looking for help, finds it in the form of Rasmussen, and Dominique now has it for Atlanta. Dominique calling for the Willis pick, trying to do the pick and roll with his teammate. Bad pass. Here come the Knicks.
Not a real good decision to use a pick and roll then.
Gerald Wilkins wanted to finish, couldn't get it, but he'll go to the line for 2 the easy way.
Well, the thing that happened offensively for the Hawks, Kevin Willis should have just cleared out. He had Patrick Ewing on the post. He can't really take him easily one-on-one. Clear out and let Dominique play one-on-one basketball. He doesn't need a pick and roll, doesn't come off the screens very well, and as a result throws a pass, and New York's going the other way.
Wilkins always gets fired up when the Knicks take on the Hawks. In fact, he scores better than his career average because I'm sure obviously motivated by playing against his brother. He comes in averaging 16 points every time he plays Atlanta.
Yes, Gerald plays very well against Big Brother. A lot of respect for him, but that gets his juices going, and he always plays well.
And in the Atlanta paper today, Dominique's main motivation is that he doesn't, quote, want to hear the trash talk from the little brother.
It was some of that in the dressing room even going on before the game.
Ramil with it inside to Willis, working against Oakley. And Oakley charged with the foul.
Now that's a big move right there. That gets 2 fouls on Oakley, and Pat Riley will have to get him out of the ball game, and that'll really help Kevin Willis to go to work a little better.
Back at the Omni, where New York is maintaining control over the Atlanta Hawks, sporting a 7-point advantage with just over 6.5 left.
Now, Pat Riley has made an aggressive decision to leave Charles Oakley in the ball game with 2 fouls in the first quarter. Almost a cardinal rule to take out one of your starters. What the Hawks need to do is go to Kevin Willis, play aggressive, even at the risk of getting an offensive foul, to make contact and either get an easy basket or get him out of the game.
There you see why New York is on top right now by 6.
Too many easy baskets. They're just letting them come in on the fast breaks and get easy shots inside for Patrick. You've got to deny that pass or double team him immediately.
Dominique now has 5, and that is the Knicks lead, 18-13. McDaniel taking the jumper over Willis. Off the mark, rebound Ramil Robinson. Down court to Wilkins. Inside to Willis. Ewing picking him up on the defensive end that time.
Good adjustment there by the Knicks.
Good pass ahead by Mark Jackson to Gerald Wilkins. Knicks looking good on that fast break opportunity.
Oh, they like to pitch it ahead, particularly to Gerald Wilkins. He has great ability in the open court.
Stacey Augmon working against McDaniel. Trying to drive the kick out to Rasmussen, who's wide open for the J, and he hands it.
Well, it looks like a brilliant decision by Bob Weiss to put Rasmussen in the game. Now Patrick Ewing, anytime he's staying in, Rasmussen is taking the shot, making it, and also he's helping to rebound. We mentioned at the beginning, Kevin has to have help.
That time on the defensive trip, Rasmussen charged took the foul while guarding Ewing. And Weiss will have to go to his bench. He'll bring in Paul Graham. Stacey Augmon will take a seat for the Hawks. John Koncak also checking into the ball game, and Rasmussen will get a chance to catch his breath.
Now, John Starks is a player that came in for the Knicks that is very explosive. The Hawks have to be aware of him.
By far been the best bench player for New York this year as Ewing drops down the baby jumper in the paint. Inside for Atlanta, Dominique with the power move.
Well, Dominique caught an elbow in the nose, and he just said, that's okay, I'll get it back. And he shows some aggressiveness inside and takes it in strongly, even with Pat Ewing there.
Dominique guarding Mark Jackson, who's trying to spin out of the defense. There's Oakley for the jumper. Yes. Oakley with his 2 fouls in his first 2 points of the game to give the Knicks a 7-point lead at 24-17, just under 5 left. Paul Graham drawing the foul from John Starks.
It's very obvious the aggressive defense that Pat Riley has this team playing. They're denying passes and putting a lot of pressure on the basketball. Hawks are going to have to get some backdoor plays to loosen this pressure and get some easy points.
Graham coming into tonight's game, averaging 72% from the line. Signed with the Hawks back on November 8th to fill the roster spot of Travis Mays, who was lost for the season, as Willis takes a seat and Volkov checks into the Hawks lineup. 50% trip to the line for Snoop. Four minutes, 45 seconds left in the first period, and the Knicks lead at 24-18. Wilkins using the Oakley pick. Can't do anything with it. 9 seconds left on the next shot clock. Starks inside to Ewing. Base jumper. A little long. Rebound fought over by Oakley and Volkov, and the Hawks come away with it. Rumil in a 2-on-4 situation.
Rumil just trying to force too much. Has to let it come to him.
And the Knicks make him pay, specifically Mark Jackson.
Not bad defense by the Hawks, forcing Pat Ewing to shoot a fall-away jump shot, but offensively, you can't force it. You've got to just let it happen. Let Dominique force and be creative.
Atlanta with 5 turnovers so far. The Knicks have none. Volkov from way out. Ewing with the board. Out to John Starks. Stopping and not popping. Rebound Wilkins. .345 left in the first period. Knicks up 26-18. Dominique looking for Paul Graham. And Starks whistled for his second foul.
Not a bad look getting the ball inside to Graham. He has more size on Starks and can score down low. A little off-rhythm movements offensively, but he's effective down low. Here Dominique does a good decision, gives him the ball and lets him try it inside. And Starks, realizing he's in bad position, bumps him and gets a foul.
You saw referee Steve Javy trying to explain to Starks why he called the foul. Just kind of establishing position, in my opinion, but that's why we're over here and not scoring the whistles, I guess.
Some guys can get away with that, Van Earl. That's the thing about it. Your power forwards and your centers can bump and bang, but somehow on guards, they're not accustomed to seeing that, they'll call a foul.
Paul Graham cut the Knicks lead to 6 points after that trip to the line. Ewing with the power move in the paint over Koncak.
Double team still coming late, allowing Pat Ewing to get inside of the double and score easily.
Mo Cheeks is checked to the Hawks lineup. Koncak working against Ewing. Volkov and the Hawks swinging it around for Dominique Wilkins to do a one-on-one move against his younger brother. Gerald with the good defense, but Dominique with the last move and the last word, and Gerald was whistled for a foul, and he doesn't like that, and he gets charged with a technical.
Well, looked like Dominique was doing a little dance routine, and the referee will not be shown up. Gerald, you can see the intensity between these brothers. There's no love lost on the court. Now look at the little dance routine. Very active, very quick movement. Dominique is sharp tonight, and Gerald is there for every move except that one. Not much of a foul.
Where was the foul, Michael?
That's what Gerald was asking in other words.
Yes. Holy cow. Dominique converted on the technical foul. And now we have a chance to make it a 4-point play. Can't do it. Knicks still lead by 5 at 28-23.
Good job by Cheeks forcing the ball into the hands of Starks. That's one thing that goes unnoticed, but anytime you can force the two guard to handle the ball, it's not as well executed.
Ewing over Koncak. Looked like John got a bit of the ball, but Anthony Mason was there on the offensive glass for the stick back.
Now you can tell by the muscles in Mason's arm, his whole game is inside and power. You know you've got to block him out. You can't give him second shot opportunities.
No doubt about that. He's also been a great spark for the Knicks off the bench as Volkov throws it out of bounds. Timeout right now at the 2.5-minute mark of the first period. Knicks still up by 7 at 30-23. Bo Cheeks with it. Pass over to Willis. They swing it around for Cheeks, who bounce passes it to Koncak. Jumper is way off. Rebound Mason.
Kind of shot that jumper like a guy who's had the flu, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Jackson inside to Ewing, working against Koncak.
Much better position Koncak forced him into. Now much tougher shot. That's what we mean by good interior defense. Koncak doesn't allow him to catch the ball in so deeply.
And another whistle. Positions being fought over down on the blocks, and the refs are keeping a close eye on it. Mason charged with his first foul of the game.
Well, Mason trying to learn from Charles Oakley, trying to play real physical and aggressive inside with Kevin Willis, and won't get the same treatment from the referees. Not a whole lot of contact there, and he gets a rookie call.
Like I said, keeping a close eye on those positions being fought over as Koncak in and out with the jumper. Willis fighting on the offensive glass, and Starks comes away with it for New York. Down court to Mason. And they'll slow it up and run the half court. Starks looking for the big man Ewing. Ewing trying to drive this time on Koncak. Cannot get it to go. Willis missed out on a board. Mason picks up the loose ball. McDaniel with it down in the left corner.
Xavier has to put the ball down. He's been shooting a lot of jump shots lately, but he needs to put it down.
McDaniel over the double team. Nice touch.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that so loudly.
I guess so. I think you pretty much opened the door for the X-Man there.
Right.
First 2 points of the game, though. Greg Anthony has checked into the game for the Knicks. The rookie out of UNLV and former teammate of Hawks, Stacey Augmon, of course. Hawks swinging it around. Koncak with the left side. Bad pass inside, but Graham picks up the loose rock and sticks it in uncontested.
Typical Snoop Graham play. He's opportunistic. When an opportunity is there, he just picks it up and converts it.
Approaching the 10-minute mark of the second period. Knicks are up by 5 at 36-31. McDaniel working against Volkov. The spin move. Hoop will not count. Referee Ron Olisiak with the call.
Now, pretty nice move by Xavier. Again, he's putting the ball down on the court, and he's much more effective. Tough little spin move right here. Gets the foul early, though. Hawks fortunate they didn't call continuation on that.
Volkov's first foul of the game. Cheeks stepping in the passing lane. Starks now trying to use the Oakley pick. Anthony, that is. Jumper's a little short, and a loose ball foul will be on Kevin Willis. His first of the game.
Well, Kevin's working extremely hard underneath. Now take a look at Anthony Mason here. They're very physical inside. Puts Mason down and just goes to get the rebound. And there's the little guy, Greg Anthony, taking the foul.
Hawks bench is definitely doing the job tonight. They're outscoring the Knicks reserves 11-2, but Starks might have something to say. No. Mason with the board, though, and another opportunity for the Knickerbockers. Oakley with it now.
Just not much offense on the floor for the Knicks right now. They're very deliberate, trying to find something that's going to work. Just play solid D and make them shoot over the top.
Anthony with the kick-out pass to John Starks, who drives past 3 Hawks, but can't finish, and rebound Willis. Third rebound of the game for Kevin. Paul Graham, strong move, but the shot was also too strong. Willis took the stick back on the second chance.
Willis playing real strong inside, and you can be sure before long Oakley's going to be back in the game.
And more fighting for position down low. Sent McDaniel to the floor. Stacey Augmon, the guilty party on that one. His second foul.
Sorry, Oakley is in the game, but they were matched up with Mason. Mason seeming to give up a lot of strength and experience to Kevin Willis inside.
Greg Anthony's been doing a solid job for the Knicks off the bench. Running the show is McDaniel. Knocks down the jumper coming off the pick. Anthony comes in averaging 4 assists and 6 points for Pat Riley's Knicks. Mo Cheeks with the drive, but cannot get the score. But he will have a chance to go to the line. Another busy night in the NBA. Chicago going for their 15th consecutive win. Charlotte battling down in the Sunshine State. Phoenix coming off that win against Orlando last night. Washington is taking on Cleveland. The Cavaliers looking great since Mark Price returned. And Portland on an eastern swing, battling the Pacers at Market Square.
Now, one note about Maurice Cheeks that Ramil Robinson needs to take. He had a lot of turnovers early in the game, and he should see how Cheeks handles the pressure. Instead of putting the ball out front, fighting him constantly, just goes right away, goes for the seam, gets a foul or penetrates. Very easily done, very well by Cheeks.
Hawks are 9 out of 12 from the free throw line tonight. And it's a 4-point Knick ball game. Greg Anthony the cutter, but he can't finish. And Wilkins comes away with the defensive rebound. Over to Mo Cheeks, who's driving hard and not able to finish himself. Willis all thought he had a rebound. Goes strong again. He was just not going to be denied, and the Hawks are being denied left and right on the offensive glass. Scramble for the loose ball. Picked up by Augmon. What a sequence. Mike Wood.
Somebody shoot that ball. Nobody can handle it.
I mean, nobody could find a handle. Willis hopes to find the hoop, and he does.
There's the leadership from Kevin Willis. You got to keep going inside to him. Oakley has a couple of fouls. Hawks need to pound it right inside to him. He's working hard.
And the good perseverance by the Hawks has enabled them to move to within 2 points of the Knicks. Starks with it. Getting Graham up in the air and then getting the foul, to say the least.
And that's the advantage of having a good, quick jump shooter. Starks is a good shooter, and Graham knows this. Here he comes off. Of course, Snoop goes over top of the pick. Whoa. Mistake number 1. Now, the little pump fake just gets him airborne, and Starks steps up and takes the contact.
Anthony Mason with it outside for the Knicks. McDaniel with another jumper opportunity, and he's showing the range, no doubt about it.
Well, he should love playing for Pat Riley. He always has plays for his small forwards.
Augmon with the drive and a nice touch on the layup.
Just a beautiful crossover move into the hoop for Stacey.
Hawks still trailing this time right now by 2. They have yet to lead in this ball game. Mason looking for Oakley. And kicks it back outside for Starks for a 3-point opportunity. Off the mark, Willis with the board. Cheeks with it for Atlanta.
Now they have Starks in low. Cheeks should be looking for him.
Wilkins working against Mason. Oh, man, good move. He drew the double team, and then he went right by it, Michael.
The good, quick moves by Dominique tonight. They're double teaming him, but he's just pivoting out of them and is able to score.
And that move has tied the ball game at 40 apiece and forced Pat Riley of the Knicks to talk things over with his club. Tie ball game at 40 apiece as we approach the halfway point of the second period. McDaniel looking for Ewing. Guarded by Willis and drawing the double team, help from Wilkins, but Willis will be charged with the foul.
You just know you're in big trouble when you let Pat Ewing catch the ball in that close to the basket. Just take a look at the position here. Here he is. Both feet could be in the lane here, and you know Kevin is in trouble. Nobody's going to be there in time to help. Nice pump fake. Good execution to get to the free throw line.
Ewing is really, I mean, it's so tough for a person in his position coming into the league, going into New York, expected to be the savior for New York basketball. But, I mean, he's been doing the job far and away, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely has. The thing that really makes him, in a way, better than even David Robinson or Hakeem Olajuwon is his fundamental execution. You just saw a good example of the reverse pivot, the good pump fake. He has all the fundamentals to go along with a great athletic body.
And he's also always showing the hustle and good team play on break opportunities, getting down the floor to be the finisher and getting down the floor on the defensive end as well.
Absolutely. We could take him on this team.
Oh, okay. I'll be sure to tell him that you said that afterwards as Rasmussen knocks down the J.
Right. Another good jump shot by Blair. He can keep shooting that jumper.
Cheeks with the steal, but he had to foul to do it.
Well, Cheeks is going to keep that pressure on. He has a rookie in the backcourt, and a lot of teams don't even like to handle the ball against Cheeks. They let the other guard handle it. So he'll keep the pressure up anytime he's in the ball game.
Mark Jackson checked back in, and then now Anthony Mason goes out. Oakley in the lineup for New York. And another whistle. Wilkins again charged with a foul.
This is a very good out-of-bounds play that the Hawks run. A good, quick-hitting play. They reversed it to the weak side and just pounded it inside to a player that has an advantage. And that time, Dominique had the advantage over his brother Gerald.
And not a good situation for Riley and the Knicks, because that's the third foul on Wilkins, and John Starks is headed to the scorer's table as Augment knocks down the jumper. Willis is once again doing the job in the rebound department. Mike, he has 9.
So a lot of rebounds against probably the best rebounding team in the league.
Patrick Ewing with the turnaround jumper, can't finish. Rebound McDaniel does finish.
Oakley almost knocked McDaniel down to get that rebound. That's how aggressive this rebounding team is.
Dominique with the long-range touch. 48-46, Atlanta on top. As we approach the 4-minute mark, Ramil with the down-court pass to Stacey Augmon. Couldn't finish, but there's Willis.
Now this up-tempo game favors the Atlanta Hawks. The Knicks really want to slow it down, use Ewing and Oakley inside, and even McDaniel. So the Hawks welcome the open court and a good pitch ahead to Dominique.
And the run here by Atlanta has forced Pat Riley to call a 20-second timeout and chat about the situation just under the 4-minute mark for the second quarter.
Well, one thing you got to really like is the fast break action. When you can get Ramil to pitch the ball up ahead, he has guys like Stacey Augmon that can finish, and also Dominique Wilkins.
Some good action, especially here in the second period tonight at the Omni. But don't forget to join us the day after Christmas, because you know it's going to be action when the high-flying Mr. Jordan arrives in Atlanta as he and his Chicago Bulls take on the Hawks 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And it'll come to you live here on Sports South. Can anybody beat the Bulls?
Doesn't look like it right now. Maybe they'll cool off by the day after Christmas.
Oh, man. Hawks are certainly hoping so. That win last Friday that they pulled out in Portland in double overtime was just fantastic as Ewing hits the jumper.
Beautiful play that the Knicks run, but Ewing is still getting the ball in too deeply. You've got to front him or do something to deny that pass inside.
3.5 minutes left in the first half. Willis and Ramil working the 2-game, but sloppy ball handling turns it over to the Knicks. Ewing looking for help. Mark Jackson will come back and help out his big man.
Pat likes this 2-man game.
Pat Riley is trying to explain to referee Louis Grillo that his offensive set was legal.
Well, you can't have 3 offensive players up above the 3-point line. They made that rule probably because of Don Nelson used to like to play 2-on-2 basketball and put the other 3 guys out of the arena. And Pat's saying that Ewing was actually in the playing area.
Dominique's jumper is a little short. Rebound Ewing. Mark Jackson quickly down court to McDaniel. No room to operate. Ball goes out of bounds, and they say it went off the X-man's legs, and the Hawks will take over. And they'll have a chance to go up by 4, possibly 5. They lead it 50-48 with 2:45 left in the second period. Rasmussen drawing Ewing out inside to Willis. Nice cut from Rumeal Robinson and a beautiful dish by Rasmussen.
Beautiful give and go. The movement is perfect. When you've got pressure defense, you can always cut to the basket, look for a return pass.
52-48, Hawks on top. Regaining control of this ball game here in the second quarter. John Starks off the pick, the drive, and the score, and he'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Well, there you see an example of the quickness that Starks has. He's able to get a lot of points in a hurry.
Johnny Davis, one of the Hawks' assistants, 36-year-old. After spending 10 years in the NBA, of course, won an NBA championship in his rookie year with the Portland Trail Blazers, Michael.
Well, Hawks trying to surround themselves with these championship rings and hope that eventually it'll wear off.
No doubt about that. I was talking to Johnny beforehand, and I think we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Hawks wanted to start Rasmussen tonight to pull Ewing out from the paint and give Willis more room to operate. And so far, that's been working pretty well for him.
It has worked pretty well. Rasmussen is making the shot tonight, and also he's picking up a few rebounds because Kevin has to have some help.
Willis off the dish from Dominique. A little short. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Hawk ball.
Now, I like the fact that the Hawks went right back to Kevin Willis. Oakley still playing a little tentative, but it's the second half now. He's going to be stronger. But Kevin shouldn't bail out with the fall-away jump shot. Take it right in and get another foul or an easy basket.
Wilkins off the inbounds pass, knocked it down for his 19th and 20th points of the game. And it gives the Hawks a 2-point lead at 58-56. Mark Jackson trying to make use of the McDaniel pick. Roll just runs into a brick wall in the form of Rasmussen, and the Hawks will have a chance at a fast break point, but Ewing with the big denial against Rumeal.
Well, Rumeal and Patrick from the same area, old friends, school friends, but he can't get away with that one.
Wilkins' jumper's a little long. Loose ball brought down by Rasmussen. Rumeal on the move for Atlanta. That time didn't even try to challenge Ewing, and lost the ball out of bounds.
No, he was trying to throw a wraparound pass to Stacey Augmon, but he got hit and lost control.
McDaniel's jumper is way off. Augmon picking up the loose ball.
There he is. Now you need to try to go inside to Kevin Willis and let him work. They reversed the ball, but they really should have stayed right here on this side. Had it set up perfectly.
Augmon working against Gerald Wilkins, kicks it out to Willis. Jumper is a little short. Both teams starting a little cold here in the second half. Mark Jackson on the move for the Knickerbockers. Wild pass, lost out of bounds, but the Knicks will retain possession since it went off a Hawk player. Pat Riley back on the sidelines after just a year away from the game. Hoping to resurrect the Knicks program and send them back to the championship form that they sported in the early 70s.
Much better double team on Patrick. As soon as he caught the ball, Dominique was there to prevent the quick move. As a result, Knicks are scrambling.
McDaniel's turnaround jumper goes as the Knicks get their first field goal of the second half. Tied at 58. 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Augmon had a good move, but then he lost his balance and lost the ball. They're scrambling for it down in the right corner. Augmon comes away with it and kicks it out to Willis.
Is it the ball, Van Earl?
Man, that was an ugly trip down the floor for the Hawks. McDaniel from the right baseline, a little short, rebound Rasmussen. Rumeal Robinson with it for Atlanta.
Now Rumeal has to get that ball to Kevin. Now that's a good decision.
Ewing with the hand in the back and charged with the foul. Just his second of the game. Excuse me, Mike.
Anytime your forward or center has 1 foot in the lane and in good stuffed-up position, give him the ball. That time he has to work against Ewing, but look at the good post-up position here. You'll probably get a foul or something good for you.
Rumeal lost it, but recovered it. Tied at 58 here at the beginning of the third quarter. Rumeal with the long jumper, a little long. Jackson with the rebound. Leaving it for Gerald Wilkins. And the Knicks will run their half-court offense.
And you can believe that offense wants to go right there to Pat Ewing.
Ewing with the jumper attempt off the mark, but he'll have a chance for two the easy way.
Well, again, the double teams are just a little bit slow in coming. Ramil a little late. Pretty good defensive position by Blair Rasmussen, but he's going to have help. When he goes in and spins off, that's most of the time 2 points or a foul.
Ramil, the guilty party, is second of the game. Ewing coming into tonight's contest averaging 77% at the free throw line, and a quick timeout already called by the Hawks. Bobby Weiss and company want to chat about the situation. They're down by 1 to the visitors from New York. Knicks have a 2-point lead, 60 to 58.
Boy, Knicks just put good pressure on the basketball. They don't let you comfortably pass and pick their defense apart.
Dominique Wilkins with the long jumper attempt. Off the mark, rebound Oakley. Quick down court outlet pass to Xavier McDaniel, but nice hustle by Ramil.
Beautiful hustle by Ramil. Saved an easy basket right there by Xavier McDaniel after an excellent block out by Charles Oakley to get the outlet pass.
19 seconds left on the next shot clock as Alexander Volkov checks in for the Hawks.
Take a look at this. Oakley looking down court, throws a nice long baseball pass, and there Xavier relaxes a little too much as Ramil hacks the ball.
Off the inbounds play, Knicks could not score. Loose ball foul charged to apparently Oakley. Oakley with his third. He got into early foul trouble in the game with 2 quick ones and now picks up his third. Less than 8.5 to go in the third quarter. Knicks by 2. Ogman swinging around to Rasmussen, inside to Volkov, going over McDaniel. Wild shot. Loose ball foul. Willis looks to go guilty party.
Well, Willis trying to get that position that he's accustomed to getting, but Charles Oakley, another rebounding king, says, no, you're not going to come in here and get that. Kevin picks up a foul.
And his third of the game. Still a 2-point Knick ball game as we approach the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. Wilkins coming off the pick and knocking down the jumper.
Gerald, streak shooter, get a hand up in his face, but if he gets on a roll, you better be there before the pass comes because there's not much you can do to stop him.
Hawks swinging around for Volkov, left wing. Ogman now with it, working against Wilkins. Ramil with the long jumper from the right baseline. Yes. To cut into a New York run. They had scored 6 straight against Atlanta, but now Ramil cools them off a little bit. Pulls the Hawks back to within 2. Gerald Wilkins, no. Rebound Willis, his 11th of the game. 12th of the game, I stand corrected. Ramil with a weak effort, and it was blocked by Jackson, but then Willis came up way short on the stick back chance.
But Willis got that rebound and was down court to get another offensive shot attempt. Shows the hustle that he has. Now the rest of the Hawks have to get back as well. Saw Volkov and Sasha on the other end that time.
Nice ball movement by Atlanta at that time.
Oh, and can't get the basket to go.
Man, that's a disappointing ending.
Yes, great ball movement with the passing.
Charles Oakley from outside showing the jumper touch.
Well, Pat Riley told him he doesn't want him taking many shots, but if he's wide open from 15 feet in rhythm, they'll take that one.
Volkov working against McDaniel, driving hard, kicks back out to Rasmussen, who knocks down the jumper over Ewing.
And the hostilities between Oakley and Kevin Willis continue, and it's just a battle for position. It's like, you're not going to get on this particular board. I want to get here to get this rebound.
Territorial rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jackson working against Ramil Robinson, looking for some movement on from his teammates. Ewing with it now. And looks like illegal defense will be called against the Hawks. Ramil Robinson out of position. Illegal defense. Every coach in the NBA has explanation for every illegal defense called against their club.
It could name that the Bill Laimbeer call.
There you go. Brian Quinnett will inbound the ball for the Knicks. He's just checking into the ball game, seeing his first action of the night in his 3rd year at Washington State.
Quinnett, an active player, a good shooter, kind of can open it up by shooting a few outside jump shots.
And you saw Stacey Augmon take a seat as Ewing knocks down the turnaround J off the left baseline. Ewing with 24 in tonight's ballgame. Dominique, the cutter, going strong. Can't finish. Rebound, Cornette. Mark Jackson slows things down for the Knicks. Wilkins inside to Ewing. Trying to work against Rasmussen. And Blair called with the foul. I don't know why.
No, it looks like pretty good position that time. Pat Ewing gave him a little fake like he was going to the jump hook. Blair played it perfectly and looked like Ewing really initiated the contact. Can't play it much better than he did there. Here's the pass inside, and look at Blair's position. He doesn't go for the little fake inside. He's right there and gets a foul.
Come on. Take that whistle elsewhere, will you? Blair's third foul of the game. And again, they try Ewing against Rasmussen. This time with the drive. And again, drawing the foul. And the crowd of the Omni lets the ref, Luis Grillo, know what they feel and think about those calls.
Well, you like to see Pat Ewing turn and face the basket. He's not as effective when he has to drive like a forward, but that time he was able to get good penetration and get a foul.
Ramil, the guilty party on that call. Ewing gives the Knicks a 5-point lead at 67-62. And gives them a 6-point lead. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, Hawks are down by 6 to the New Yorkers. New York is on a 12-4 run as we speak. Willis with it, working against Oakley. That's Ramil, looking for Dominique inside. Dominique will go over 3 Knicks and score.
Beautiful. Dominique with the little pivot moves, able to just get a chance to jump over the top and score the basket.
Loose ball. Ramil trying to come up with it, but it's Gerald Wilkins who secures it. Stops. Does not pop, but Ewing, the high-flying Patrick Ewing.
Just reminding Kevin Willis that he's not the only guy in this Omni building that can get offensive rebounds.
Holy cow. 6-point lead for the Knicks. Volkov with the strong move. Kick out pass to Rasmussen. Nice touch.
Beautiful job by Sasha penetrating and passing. He can draw that defense to him and kick it out to Blair Rasmussen.
Mark Jackson with the jump. Way short. Rebound Willis.
All Mark had to do was go right back inside to Pat Ewing. Pat was reestablishing position and took a bad shot and really bailed the Hawks out.
Ramil with the drive, trying to challenge Ewing, and draws the foul. Good move, good strong move by Ramil, Mike.
Strong move, and he had an option. He could have whipped the pass out to the corner or hung in the air and see if he could draw the contact. Did a good job of using his upper body strength. Now here's the penetration. Now he knows he has a pass in the corner, sees if he can draw contact, and he does instead of passing off to Blair Rasmussen.
We saw Snoopy Graham checking back into the Hawks lineup. Kevin Willis takes a seat. Mo Cheeks is still waiting at the scorer's table. He's due to replace Ramil, who's at the line. And Ramil cuts the Knicks lead to 2 points at 70-68. Willis already with 14 rebounds tonight. He is just a terror.
And it doesn't matter who it's against. This is the best rebounding club in the league.
Oakley inside to Ewing, and a nice give and go from the 2 Knick big men. Oakley can't finish, but he'll have a chance to go to the line for 2.
Well, you know the double team is coming on Patrick Ewing, so Oakley says if I just give and go, I have a chance of getting a return pass. And Sasha, the guilty party of not really double teaming or staying with his man. Oakley gets a foul.
Oakley coming into tonight's game averaging 70% from the free throw line. And he's trying to get the Knicks a 4-point lead. The Oak man in his 7th year out of Virginia Union. Friday night's loss to the Celtics. Only scored 6 points and only grabbed 4 rebounds.
Well, he's not scoring near as much Pat Riley says he's never had an offensive pattern designated for a power forward. He says he's like the point guard. You get yours in the flow of the game, but I want strong picks and I want rebounding.
And that's kind of surprising when you can, you know, think about the people that he was coaching out in L.A.
Absolutely.
But of course, a lot of those points came on the break.
On the break, and a lot inside to, of course, Kareem, Magic, and his small forward. He likes small forwards like James Worthy and Jamal Wilkes. That's why Xavier McDaniel is getting such an opportunity here.
Under 3.5 left in the third quarter. Knicks up by 4 at 72-68. More sloppy ball handling from Atlanta has found them trailing. Wilkins with the strong move against Brian Quinnett and scores, and now have a chance at a three-point play.
Beautiful move by Dominique, realizing he has a young guy that probably can't guard him, so he takes it right away, absorbs the contact, and scores. Look at the nice crossover dribble. Dominique goes baseline, takes the contact, and scores.
And converts on the three-point opportunity. He now has 25 in the game.
Again, we see Cheeks deny the ball to the point guard until they get to half court. He wasted a few seconds off the clock at least.
Gerald Wilkins over Rasmussen and the outstretched right arm from Volkov. Wilkins has got a great quick move when he decides to go to the hole.
He is very explosive.
Wilkins. One-on-one opportunity. Oh, man.
When Dominique is on a roll, just give him the ball and let him go. Right now, he has the outside jump shot going, as well as the penetrating moves over the top.
And he takes over as the scoring leader for the game with his 27th point of the contest. Brian Quinnett with the 3-1 opportunity. Knocked away by Dominique. Look out, ladies and gentlemen, because it's showtime at the alley.
Anticipation was building as Dominique chooses from his arsenal a two-hand tomahawk dunk. Let's look at how an all-star player can lift his team and carry them on his back. Here Dominique is working hard inside. The determination, nice move to the middle, and shows he can jump over the Knicks defenders inside and get him outside. Here has Quinnett, a fish out of water, just jumps right over the top, shoots a nice jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. And here he is defensively, reading the passing lane, getting a hand on the ball, and he's off to the races, and the crowd is waiting for the two-hand tomahawk.
And, of course, Dominique coming into tonight's game as the third leading scorer in the NBA behind Michael Jordan and Karl Malone of the Jazz. Ewing with a nice spin move, but he can't finish it. But there for the stick back is Gerald Wilkins.
Ewing's so fluid with his pivot move coming back over the right shoulder.
It's beautiful.
It really is beautiful. And Blair just has to force him to go to a jump hook or go the other way.
They're trying to get it inside to Wilkins, but he has to come outside to pick it up. One-on-one opportunity knocked away by Gerald, but Mo Cheeks picks up the loose ball, gets it to Snoopy Graham, who finds the hole from three-point land.
What a great pass by Maurice Cheeks. Could have gone back to Dominique Wilkins, but he knew he had a player open on the wing, found Snoop Graham for the three-pointer.
Knicks come back to let Gerald Wilkins try the jumper. A little short. Mark Jackson picks it up and sticks it back.
Well, much better defense on Pat Ewing. The double team was there early, and Mark Jackson just there to pick it up and get it right over the top.
Final minute of the third quarter. We're tied at 78. Mo Cheeks inside to Dominique Wilkins, picked up by his younger brother. Shoots over him, but cannot find the bottom of the net. Rebound Ewing. Final 45 seconds of the third quarter as Mark Jackson shoots over Dominique. Blair Rasmussen with the bound. Dominique in a 2-on-3 situation. He had Mo Cheeks with it, but he didn't need it.
Dominique is playing in a bubble now. Anything that he throws up seems to go in. When you have that feeling, you just want the ball, and Bob Weiss will want to keep the ball right in his hands.
And he's got 31 points. 26 seconds left on the game clock, 14 on the next shot clock. You're looking at the game clock. Mark Jackson with the spin move. Kicks it back out to Ewing. Oh, man. Inside and out for the big man.
Pat Ewing showing why he deserves to be one of the highest paid, now the highest paid player in the NBA.
And the Hawks trying to score the last points of the third quarter. 3 seconds left. Dominique kicking it back out, left to fire it up. Can't do that. Got to take that jumper, Alexander.
The two All-Stars, Dominique Wilkins and Pat Ewing, providing the firepower.
Ryan Quinnett with his first field goal try is unsuccessful. Willis with another board.
And a good block out. Earlier, he let Pat Ewing go over his back thinking he could out-jump him, but that time blocked out first and got an easy rebound.
Willis has 15 rebounds. He leads the league, averaging more than 17 a game. Dominique Wilkins with a great spin move, but Quinnett tried to hang with him, but he had to foul to do it.
Now, I just like that move by Dominique. What a veteran move. Earlier in his career, Dominique would try to jump over and take a hard shot. Here he realizes he has Quinnett in a bad area, and now he just kind of jumps into him and says, I'll get my points off the free throw line, and I won't even worry about Pat Ewing or Quinnett.
Okay, Dominique has really found his touch, especially at the end of the third quarter, and he's been doing it at the expense of Quinnett. Why do you think Riley's still playing it? I mean, I think that he would probably have benched him by now, don't you think?
I think he's waiting for probably another minute or two, and you're going to see Xavier McDaniel back in the ball game, trying to give him a rest and see if he can't take it home with Xavier.
Dominique with his 32nd and 33rd points of the game to lead all scorers, and it gives the Hawks a 2-point lead as we play the first minute of the fourth quarter. Nice drive and score by John Starks.
Just a beautiful play by the Knicks. When you have an explosive shooting guard like Starks curling off Pat Ewing. Now look, Kevin Willis can't really give help because he's too preoccupied with Pat Ewing, and there's Starks waltzing right down the lane to lay it in.
Just approaching the 11-minute mark of the fourth period, and we're tied at 82. Alexander Volkov with a strong move and a score, despite the presence of the 7-foot Patrick Ewing.
That's what Bob White wants from Volkov. He's a guy that can penetrate, can draw and kick if the defense comes. If not, he can finish the play. There it is. A nice, strong baseline move. Takes it up high off the glass, and even Pat Ewing can't get there in time.
And Volkov converts on the three-point opportunity. Volkov has 5 points in the game. The Hawks have a 4-point lead, 86-82. Check that, 85-82, my mistake.
Graham did a very good job of defending Stark. Stark was complaining that Graham was holding him, so he pushed Graham off right in front of the referee, and you can't make it that obvious. Good call by the ref.
I think it's safe to say neither team is too happy with the work of the officials tonight. But then again, when is a team happy with the rest?
Now here's Xavier. You knew he was going to come back now to finish the fourth quarter in the ball game. Dominique draws a double, though. His job is done when he can draw the double and pass to the open player.
Volkov now with it on the right baseline, working against Anthony Mason, trying to take him strong. But it's Mason who shows the strength, almost taking Volkov down.
Yeah, he may have hooked a little bit, but what the heck? We're in the Omni. We'll let him get away with that one.
It's a Saturday night in Atlanta. What the heck?
Right, here he is now. Watch the off arm with the little hook there. Kind of uses his elbow area, so he gets away with one.
Wilkins inside to Willis over Ewing. Yes!
Beautiful. What a thing of beauty. Dominique giving the ball right on the money for Kevin Willis's jump hook in the middle of the lane.
Jumper off the mark for the Knicks. McDaniel with the offensive glass over to Ewing, who goes strong. Can't jam, but he still can score. And he has a few words for his challengers after the bucket.
Well, Xavier McDaniel looked up to Pat Ewing about 15 feet from the basket. He goes in strong, and every Hawk in the vicinity jumps at it. Let's take a look at this. What exciting play. Here, Pat Ewing going in strong. Look at the 3 Hawks going up high. Somehow, Ewing able to get it to go.
Graham charged with the foul, and now Ewing will have a chance at yet another 3-point play. Can't do it. Rebound Jackson. So the Knicks will have a chance at a 4-point play. Fresh 24 for the New Yorkers.
Trying to take a matchup. Xavier has Maurice Cheeks guarding him, and Starks just does a bad job of executing, and another steal for Cheeks.
All-time steal leader in the NBA. Dominique for a 3-point try. Oh! He gets the roll, and it could be a 4-point play. He loves it, Mike. He loves it.
What a roll by Dominique Wilkins. Has everything going. He's going to the basket, shooting jumpers from 2s and 3s. Now he gets fouled and actually has an opportunity to score a 4-point play.
Oh, man.
Nice ball reversal. He's behind the line, and Xavier hits him on the hand, gets it to go.
Oh, can't convert.
Only gets 3. We'll have to settle for 3.
But he still has 36 in the game. We have less than 10 minutes to go, and the Hawks lead it by 6. John Starks with it. Another bad pass from Starks, and Cheeks reaps the benefit again. Dishing to Paul Graham for the good finish.
And Graham and Starks have their own personal battle going. You're seeing them hollering at each other, and right now Graham is getting the better of it.
And that play by the Hawks has forced Pat Riley to call for a discussion with his Knickerbockers.
Yes, he was. They kind of led him to
oh, thanks, Dominique. Now I got to go over Oakman and Ewing.
Right?
Appreciate the dish.
Dominique was known for those kind of passes early in his career.
Ewing can't get his second jumper to go, but a one-handed rebound by Oakley. And they're going to call the foul on Volkov? You got to be kidding. Oakley had his left forearm buried in Volkov's chest. But it's Volkov charged with the foul.
Let's take a look at it and see the positioning here. There's a position that Oakley always wants, and
I don't know where that foul was.
I don't either.
Mark Jackson scored to give the Knicks an 88-point total, and that's 4 shy of Atlanta. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Bo Cheeks. Down to the right baseline, Snoopy Graham over to Knicks. Can't quite get the roll, rebound Ewing. Here comes Mark Jackson and the New Yorkers. Loses the ball, Dominique with the pickup, but Oakley will be charged with the backcourt foul. Pat Riley is in Steve Javi's face.
Well, he thinks Mark Jackson got fouled. You see Mark Jackson still on the floor. He thought he was tripped on his way down the court that time. Let's take a look at that. Here's the battling inside, and here's Mark Jackson with the ball, and he felt that he got tripped by Snoop Graham, but got no call.
Dominique's at the line and hits the first of 2. Atlanta leads it by 5 at the moment. Dominique is just on fire, looking for his 38th point of the game. And he gets it. Coming off a 39-point performance Thursday night to help the Hawks complete a 2-0 Texas trip. That matched his season high. He also scored 39 November 15th in the Hawks' big win over Phoenix. Gerald Wilkins can't get the jumper to go. Rebound Willis.
Well, Kevin is just playing in the trenches, doing all the dirty work, throwing the Knicks players around and getting every key rebound for the Hawks.
And he now has 17 rebounds for the game. Rumeal over to Blair Rasmussen inside to Graham, who's working against Gerald Wilkins. Jumper goes. Graham continues to just look like a quality NBA player, Mike.
Yes, he has very nice moves inside. It's off rhythm, and nobody knows exactly how to guard him, and he's working it well.
Knicks go to their big man Ewing, who throws up an air ball, loose ball picked up by Dominique. And now the Hawks will have a chance to go up by 10, and hopefully 11. And Rumeal runs the show for Atlanta. Willis over Ewing, jump up. Oh my.
Beautiful jump hook.
And Pat Riley wants Jackson to get it to half court so he can call timeout. Riley and the Knicks continuing to look for the answers against the Hawks, but they haven't been able to find any so far because besides Dominique, you got Kevin Willis and Paul Graham and everybody else.
Welcome back to the Omni, where the Hawks have a 10-point lead. And look at the numbers that Kevin Willis has produced lately. Double-figure points and rebounds, just doing the work all over the court. Let's take a look at a rebound tonight. Here, the ball goes up. He boxes out Pat Ewing, and even though he gets a little nudge, he's still able to get the rebound. And look at him on the offensive end. What a beautiful jump hook that he learned from Willis Reed.
And that jump hook gave the Hawks a 10-point lead, but now it's back to 8 thanks to Ewing's turnaround jumper.
Every time Ewing dances in the middle and shoots over his right shoulder, he's getting good results, but the Hawks have been unable to prevent him from doing that with quick double teams.
Ewing has 34 points for the game. Dominique is looking for his 39th and 40th. Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful finger roll. Fundamental execution, too. Going underneath his brother Gerald's arms and finger rolling it home.
Dominique Wilkins with his 43rd career game in which he has scored at least 40 or more points. John Starks answers for the Knicks. And as we just mentioned, a new season high for Dominique. He had scored 39 twice, but now he has 40 against the Knicks. Took the pass and drew the foul.
I tell you, this is a very nice move here. Watch him go right underneath the arm of Gerald, who's trying to apply pressure, and finger roll over Xavier McDaniel. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Paul Graham checks back into the Hawks lineup.
Dominique Wilkins, a man on a mission tonight.
At the line, shooting 2.
And what you want to do when you have a player that's playing like this is keep the ball coming to him. As long as he says he's okay, the ball should go right back to his hands.
Dominique now looking for his 42nd point of the game. His career high is 57. Right now he has 42. And I'm running out of space on the score sheet next to Dominique's name.
Well, I'm sure Bob Weiss will give you some more stationery.
I think so. A quick foul on the defensive end against Bobby Weiss's Hawks. Ramil, the guilty party, his 4th of the contest. Inbounds to Greg Anthony, who's seen his first action in the second half. Trying to help the Knicks cut into the 10-point Hawk lead. Wilkins with it against Graham, trying to use McDaniel. Pick, goes right, and goes strong. Man, oh my, Michael.
Quick and explosive move by Gerald Wilkins. Hawks not together on their signals on how to guard that pick and roll. Let Gerald go all the way to the basket.
Ramil inside to Willis. Guarded by Ewing, drawing the double team. Losing the handle, Ewing with the nice defensive play. He's harassed in the backcourt by Graham and gets it over to Greg Anthony, who gets it down court to John Starks. Gets Ramil in the air, takes the open J. Yes.
Beautiful. We talked about jump shooters, how when they give you a fake, you have to run and jump at the ball, and there he executes a perfect pump fake and shoots the 3.
Dominique Wilkins, his 3rd career game of scoring 40 or more against the Knicks. And Atlanta is 1-1 in those other 2 games that Wilkins scored 40 against his younger brother Gerald and his New York teammates.
Just no brotherly love on the court. I mean, Dominique loves him immensely off the court, but he just goes at him full steam ahead once the game starts.
And I don't think you'll hear too much trash talk after tonight's game.
No, not from Gerald.
Gerald only has 16, so. Stacey Augmon working against McDaniel. Gets it over to Dominique, who gets it inside to Willis, draws the double team. Trying to go strong against Ewing, but lose that to handle again. Ewing again with some quality defense. And Starks with another chance to finish it, but Graham was whistled for a foul.
Graham tries the old playground move and looked like he almost got a hand on that ball as Starks was driving by, tries to get behind him over the top. He thought he hit all ball and it went off Starks' leg.
Snoopy Graham with his 5th foul of the game.
Take a look. There's the playground move. Yes, the ball off Starks' leg. Thought he had a call, but didn't get it.
Bob Weiss and company hoping the Hawks can hold on here, but right now John Starks is trying to cut into a 5-point Atlanta lead, and he does it right there with the first of 2. Starks in his 3rd year out of Oklahoma State. And he makes it a 3-point Atlanta ball game.
They like Starks a lot. He did some time in the CBA, but he's shown Pat Riley that he can score points on a jump shot. He can drive to the basket. He's quick and he's intense. He may have a future for these Knicks.
Mo Cheeks working against Greg Anthony. Gets it over to fellow point guard Ramil Robinson, who's now running the number 2 spot for Bobby Weiss's team. Willis again drawing the double team. But this time draws the foul from McDaniel. And Riley with defensive instructions for the X-Men.
Well, X really bailed him out that time. Excellent defensive pressure by the Hawks. Now here, Pat Ewing, who was doing a good job of single coverage on Kevin Willis, but there's Xavier coming across the top and bailing him out.
I think Riley was a little bit frustrated too, though, that X-Man did not or resorted to reaching in as opposed to trying to just get good position.
Absolutely. The defense had been so perfect. Initially, the Hawks wanted to go to Dominique Wilkins, and the pressure denied that. And a lot of time was off the clock. The Hawks get points anyway.
Willis has 14 points as we approach the 4-minute mark of the 4th and final quarter. Hawks back up by 5. Wilkins against Graham. Looking to play the two-man game with the big man. Willis is trying to stop Ewing. Does on that trip. McDaniel with an offensive rebound, but he had to foul from behind to do it. Dominique Wilkins had position, Mike.
Good defensive play. Kevin Willis did a good job of keeping Pat Ewing away from the basket. He forces him out. Now he doesn't take the pump fake. Just goes, get his hand up straight, makes Pat Ewing go over the top and shoot over his outstretched arms, and he can't get it to go. Decent box out by Dominique Wilkins as well to get the foul.
And McDaniel charged with his 4th foul of the game. Gives Dominique a chance to add to a 5-point total, now making it a 6-point total. 43 points for Dominique, now 44. 12 of 14 from the line tonight for Dominique. He went to the line 19 times Thursday night in Houston.
Well, he's finding out that if he'll make quick moves and explode to the basket, he can get to the free throw line and score easy points.
Gerald Wilkins from the left corner, 3-point shot. Drops for Gerald.
Well, the Knicks just will not go away. They won't die, and this defensive pressure is going to keep them right in the game because the Hawks can't easily go where they want offensively.
As we mentioned, the Knicks come in as the 2nd best defensive team in the league. Willis over Ewing on the fadeaway baseline jumper.
When Kevin is in a groove and shooting a turnaround fall-away jump shot, Pat Riley says, well, there's nothing we can do about that one.
Atlanta has blown that defensive average of the Knicks out of the water. They came in averaging or just giving up 97 a game, but the Hawks already have 108, and Wilkins was whistled for traveling.
Well, Gerald really should have passed the ball to John Starks. He thought he had a shot, but Starks was wide open and probably could have scored a 3-pointer.
Pat Riley, what's he talking about? Obviously trying to stop Dominique, right?
Yes, he knows Dominique Wilkins is going to get the ball. He'll probably look for a quick double team to get Dominique to pass the ball away and just let Pat Ewing kind of patrol in the middle of the lane. They'll probably use a semi-zone defensively.
Kind of surprised that Riley has been going with this kind of a unique lineup. He's got Greg Anthony, the rookie, in there running the show. Of course, he stepped up and given him the 2 free throws to give him the lead.
Yes, he's been going with Greg Anthony down the stretch of most ball games, and really he made a mistake in not getting the ball to Pat Ewing, but he got pretty good results, able to get a foul and to get to the free throw line.
Riley and the Knicks have taken 6 out of their last 7 games. In fact, their loss last night to Boston snapped a 6-game winning streak. However, their record on the road is just 3-6. They've lost all their games. All the games they've lost this year have come on the road. So Riley and the Knicks hoping that his team can hold on against Bobby Weiss's club. Weiss and company led this ball game by 7 points at one time late in the 4th period. But since then, New York has used an 11-2 run to take the lead.
Well, there's that man, Dominique Wilkins. You know that the Hawks want to get the ball in his hands. He has the ability to create a shot, to jump over his defenders. He's the best player to get the ball to right now.
Alexander Kokov will inbound the ball for the Hawks right in front of our broadcast position here at half court. McDaniel will defend the inbounds pass. Volkov looking for Dominique. He finds him. Final seconds tick away. Dominique working against his younger brother, and he gets the roll. And a timeout call by Riley and the Knicks. Kind of a wild shot by Dominique, but the way he's been going tonight, why not?
Well, I don't know how Dominique got this shot to go, but this is why you want the ball in the hands of a creative player. And here he creates something I haven't seen him really go. Finger roll underneath Pat Ewing off the glass with good English. Take another look at it. Nice dribble between the legs. Gets rid of Gerald Wilkins momentarily, and there's Pat Ewing to help out. I thought he was going to try to pass that ball, but he gets it up on the glass, and there's the English and the bounce, and it goes.
Boy, the amazing part of the whole play was under Ewing's arm, and he was almost back down on the ground. Dominique Wilkins, a career high against the Knicks, 46 points. His career high overall is 57.
Now, of course, your favorite player for the Knicks is Pat Ewing, of course, but next to that, you have Gerald Wilkins and John Starks, two guys that can shoot long jump shots. They're very quick and creative. They're the guys you got to watch out for.
McDaniel inbounds for the Knicks, gets it to John Starks, left baseline, gets Augman in the air. Oh, but he cannot get the jumper to fall. We've got overtime at the Omni. The Hawks were sweating that one out because Starks had a wide open opportunity as he got the defender in the air, Stacey Augman, but he could not convert. Just underway here in the overtime at the Omni. Wilkins inbounds it to Stacey Augman. And Mo Cheeks will run the show for Atlanta. Bounce pass over to Snoopy Graham. Wilkins looking for it off the pick, doesn't get it. Graham working against Starks. Jumper over him, will not go, but there's Augman with a big offensive rebound. Could not get the stick back, but he did draw the foul.
Well, that's a good job by Stacey Augman. He has to find a way to make himself valuable. If you're not going to be out shooting jump shots, you have to get steals or get rebounds. Here he just sneaks over the top on a long rebound over Xavier McDaniel. Can't get the jump hook to go, but he goes to the line.
And that's McDaniel's 5th foul of the game, so he'll have to play extra careful. We played just 21 seconds of the overtime period, and Stacey Augman has given the home team a 2-point lead. Greg Anthony running the show for the Knicks. Guarded by Cheeks. Gets it over to X-Man, who has a wide open jump shot opportunity. Can't get it to go. Rebound Wilkins, foul Wilkins. Rebound Dominique, foul Gerald.
Pat Riley wants pressure again. Both teams going with small lineups. Charles Oakley not in the lineup, and the Hawks don't have a center in either. Kevin Willis, who plays power forward and center, and everybody else is small forward, guard type players.
Hawks only played 2 overtime games all of last year, and they were 1-1 in those extra period contests. Dominique off the pick, can't get it to go. Willis crashing the boards and crashes to the floor. John Starks picks up the loose ball and heads down court to Gerald Wilkins. Nice move over Maurice Cheeks.
Gerald very creative in going to the basket. Cheeks with good position, but Gerald changes hands and gets a finger roll of his own to go in.
We're tied at 1:15, just under 4 minutes left in the overtime. Graham against Starks, drawing the double team and drawing the foul. Riley didn't like the call.
No, because he knew he was in very bad position, Graham was. Pat Ewing would have blocked the shot, or would have been very difficult for him to make it, but Starks really bailed him out by making a bad foul.
Hawks probably should be celebrating the win right now, because they were up by 7 late in the game in regulation. But the Knicks went on an 11-2 run and forced overtime. Graham 1 for 2 on that trip to the line. The Hawks have a 1-point lead at 116 to 115. 3:45 left in the overtime.
Knicks haven't done a very good job of getting the ball inside to Pat Ewing, but here it goes now.
Ewing gets Willis in the air and scores.
And that's the results that Pat Riley knew he would get for him. They're going to have to double team that quickly. You don't want him having single coverage this late in the game.
Ewing has 36 points. Low Cheeks over to Stacey Augman.
Stacey unsure of the outside jump shot, looking to get the ball to Dominique. He's going to have to work harder. You know he's a little tired now, but Gerald is trying to deny him the ball. Nick has to get open.
Riley with defensive instructions as the Hawks inbound the ball in front of the Knicks bench with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Willis with it against Ewing. 3 seconds left. They'll have to fire it up. Snoopy Graham does from 3-point land, but he can't get it to go. But rebound Cheeks. So the Hawks will have a fresh 24. Mo over to Dominique, guarded by Gerald. Anthony comes to help out on the double team, and Dominique feeds Mo Cheeks, who feeds the hoop.
Good job by Cheeks. Just step up into the gap. If the double team goes, be ready to shoot the jumper. Does a good job.
Hawks up by 1, 118-117. That's Gerald Wilkins from the left corner. 2.5 minutes to go in the overtime, and it's the Knicks back on top, 119-118.
Now they're isolating, bringing the ball right over to Dominique, and they're going to try to post him low with a little screen down for Cheeks, and they want Cheeks to get the ball inside to Dominique.
It's Graham driving on the baseline and called for the offensive foul.
Just bad decision by the rookie that time. The play is designated for Dominique Wilkins. You have to have patience and get the ball inside to your star where it should go.
And that foul has forced Paul Graham to the bench. That's his 6th foul. Weiss will have to go to the bench to look for help.
Graham played a good game. He gave the Hawks 19 points, did a good job defensively, got some key rebounds. Just made one mistake there and not having a little more discipline to go inside to Dominique.
19 points, far and away above his average. He came in averaging just 6, so a good effort for Paul Graham. He also had 5 rebounds. But right now, the Knicks are trying to build on a 1-point lead, and they go to the big man to try to do it. Cannot. Rebound Augment. Well, you had to love that sight. 3 Hawks crashing the glass.
And you like Pat Ewing being forced a little out of his area. Blair did a good job defensively.
Oh, man, looked like a good defensive play by Gerald Wilkins, but he was whistled for the foul. Runs away in frustration.
Gerald, pretty good job of denying. Tries to go what we call the wrong side of Dominique, going over the top side. Gets a hand on the basketball, but gets called for the foul.
And Wilkins will foul out. 26 points from the younger of the 2 Wilkins brothers.
Well, now Blair Rasmussen is going to have to play big and strong. You have Pat Ewing in the game and Charles Oakley, so now the complexion of the game changes. It's no longer the quick motion game. You've got to be physical and take care of the boards.
Oakley into the lineup for Wilkins. .47 points for Dominique. They get 48. That trip to the line has given the Hawks a 1-point lead over the Knicks. Greg Anthony with play instructions for his teammates, guarded by Mo Cheeks. Oakley swings it around to John Starks. He's guarded by Augment, tries to take him. Nice move, but he couldn't finish, but he did draw the foul from the former UNLV standout.
Well, pretty good job by Cheeks. You don't want him to get the ball inside to Ewing. So Augment, rather, shades him to the middle. Starks very quick and explosive, does what he should do, go to the middle and gets a foul.
And ties the ball game at 120. Augment with 4 fouls in the game. And that gives the Knicks a 1-point lead as we approach the 1.5-minute mark of overtime.
Back in the Omni, where New York has a 1-point lead, they were fortunate to get a basket here. Look at the good defense by the Hawks. They're forcing Pat Ewing. Kevin Willis has him way away from the basket, but Starks' penetration down the middle gets a foul, and he goes to the line.
Willis doing the job in more ways than just in the rebounding category. Right now, Mo Cheeks is looking inside to try to get it to Dominique, who's guarded by Xavier McDaniel. Dominique trying to take him and draws the foul.
Dominique Steele just getting better at getting fouls. That time he sees Pat Ewing, kind of jumps into him, picks up the foul, knowing he can't make that 2-point field goal opportunity, but wants to get to the free throw line. Here's the drive, nice baseline drive, just going right underneath defenders, jumps into Ewing, goes to the line.
Ewing charged with his 5th foul. 1:23 left in overtime. Once again, Dominique will try to give his team a 1-point lead. Ties it right now at 121. And his 50th point gives the Hawks a 1-point lead.
Well, Dominique with a week's worth of points here, and he's getting a fair share of them from the free throw line, which is showing maturity on his part.
8th time that Dominique Wilkins has scored 50 or more points in his career. The Hawks are 5-2 when he's reached the 50-point mark.
And that's the good defensive job by Willis.
Oh, man, oh, man.
But an even better offensive move by Pat Ewing. You figure you push the guy away from the block, and he faces up, goes to the middle with a running hook. Take a look at this move by Pat Ewing. Now there he is going to the middle, picks it up where Stacy can't bother it, and throws it over the top.
Now he has a chance to get another three-point play, and he's loving the moment.
Well, this is what you do. You go to your stars down the stretch. The Knicks are successfully going into Pat Ewing now, and the Hawks have to come right back and go to Dominique.
And the three-point play from Big Pat gives the Knicks a 2-point lead at 124-122 as we approach the minute mark of overtime.
Here we go. It looks like deja vu, but this is what we want again. Want to get the ball right into Dominique. Cheeks does a good job. Steps up. Back to him again.
Drawing the double team. Starks helping out McDaniel. There's 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Dominique fires up a wild one. Can't get it to go, but Willis is there for the stick back. Big play by Kevin Willis.
Huge rebound by Kevin Willis. Just pushes Charles Oakley underneath the basket, which is not an easy task, and follows up with the stick back.
20 points for Willis. We're tied at 124. We're in the final half minute of overtime. Starks bounce pass into Ewing over Rasmussen. In and out. Fake for the rebound. Blair Rasmussen comes away with it. Gets it out to Dominique. There's less than 20 seconds left. We're knotted at 124. And Bobby Weiss wants to call timeout and chat about it. Just under 15 seconds left. Some big work by the Hawks on both the offensive and defensive glass has given them a chance to win this ball game. Back at the Omni, where Pat Riley and the New York Knicks are trying to figure out a way to stop Atlanta and probably Dominique Wilkins.
You know the ball is going to go to Dominique. He's reminiscing over the last play where Dominique came across the top and Volkov threw a very risky bounce pass, which hopefully he won't throw this time, and a chance of getting it intercepted, and let Dominique play one-on-one basketball. Everybody else being ready to catch or go to the glass.
Dominique and the Hawks will have just a little less than 15 seconds to put this baby to bed and make it 3 straight wins against the Knicks.
Well, it looks like the same formation. Look like they're going to screen down and try to get the ball to Dominique right around the top of the key area. And there it is. There Dominique is.
Mo Cheeks inbounds to Ramil. He's on the left baseline. He's guarded by Starks. There's 10 seconds left. Dominique with it against McDaniel. Oh, losing the dribble. Now losing control. Mo Cheeks over to Ramil to try to win it. Oh, and he's way short on the jumper. Dominique lost the dribble, and the Hawks lost out on a chance to win this game. So we will go to a second overtime. Ramil Robinson with a wide open jump shot opportunity, but came up short. So we're about to have a second extra period at the Omni.
Welcome back to the Omni, where the New York Knicks have a 2-point lead. Let's look at this last play. Now, the Hawks want to play the pick and roll by forcing the guard to go baseline with Rasmussen giving support. What happens is Stacey Augmon is late coming across to pick up Pat Ewing, allowing Pat to go right down the middle for the dunk.
And now it's the Knicks who are in control by 2. Dominique swinging around over to Rasmussen and Stacey Augmon. Rasmussen with the long jumper off the front of the rim. Rebound Stacey, but a loose ball foul stops play. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Stacey Augmon. Must have pushed from behind.
Yeah, he pushed Oakley and trying to get the offensive rebound, and both refs caught it.
5th foul charged to Augmon.
Here the shot goes up. Now there's a little push by Stacey Augmon. May not have needed that. It was a long rebound anyway.
So now the Knicks will have a chance to go up by 4. And again, they send the guard to the baseline, but Ewing doesn't try it this time. Starks. Oh, that's a killer. A 3-pointer from John Starks. Minute 10 left in the second overtime. Dominique. Off the mark. Whose ball?
I think it's Atlanta's ball.
Oh, Pat Riley didn't care for that call. But John Starks with just a shot to the gut of the Hogs for that 3-pointer.
Well, he's a good jump shooter. This is a team Pat Riley likes to go with down the stretch.
Dominique catches the inbounds pass, shoots over McDaniel, way short, an air ball, in fact. And frankly, Dominique looks kind of tired. Those last 2 jump shots are.
Yeah, they were not good shots. It's not a time to get tired. You want quick shots, but you've got to get good shots.
Ewing cross-court pass to his X-man who goes strong, slapped in the face inadvertently by Rasmussen. but no doubt drew the foul. Right now, Pat Riley has called timeout. He wants to make sure his team is in order as they try to hold on to a 5-point lead, 131 to 126. Again, the big blow, the three-pointer from John Starks off the left corner. Less than a minute to go. Less than 43 seconds, as a matter of fact. What do you do with your Hawks? Do you go for a three? Do you try to get a quick two? What?
You go for a quick score. The three, if it's there, you take it. If not, you go to the basket and score something quickly. You try to apply pressure quickly, and you start fouling. Your thinking is that they're going to have to make a lot of free throws, or we're going to get some steals and some easy baskets, but the game is not over yet by any means.
Wilkins looking in to the instructions delivered by Bobby Weiss and Pat Riley, hoping his team can hold on to their 5-point lead. We want to go ahead and give you our award for the night. The RCA player of the game is Dominique Wilkins. 50 points, 8th time in his career that he has scored 50 or more points. 16 of 29 shooting from the field.
And as you mentioned, Dominique with a phenomenal game, but he seems to get a little tired now. But he just has to suck it up and try to create something by driving and getting in range before he stops to jump over the defense.
We mentioned it was ice-cold shooting at the beginning of the second overtime. Atlanta just 1 for 8 from the field in this second overtime period. Folks, that's 13%. The Knicks aren't exactly shooting great, 43%, but they had the lead. As you see the numbers on Dominique, they have a 5-point lead and trying to hold on.
Well, you want to pitch the ball ahead. You hope that you can get Xavier to miss a couple of these free throws and try to get the ball pitched out to Ramil Robinson or Maurice Cheeks, who's having the game, and maybe, well, he has the ball out on the baseline. I thought they were going to call a shooting foul on that last one. But keep the pressure up. They only have 5 seconds to shoot.
McDaniel with the inbounds, looking for Ewing. He's covered. Anthony takes the pass, gets it back to McDaniel. The turnaround jumper. Oh, man.
That one hurt.
That one hurt. And it's forced Bobby Weiss and company to come up with a new idea since their defensive plan did not work. And they'll have 40 seconds to try to erase this 7-point Knick lead. We're back at the Omni where the Hawks are trying to erase a 7-point Knick advantage, and they have less than 40 seconds to do so. Alexander Volkov has checked back in to inbound the ball to Kevin Willis. Willis trying to take Oakley, stopping. Why that shot, I don't know. And that will pretty much do it as Ewing comes away with the defensive board. Ewing's 13th rebound of the game.
Well,
why that check? What's that?
Yeah, I think it's just a scramble situation. He couldn't get the ball in the hands of Dominique Wilkins. Clock going down 7, 30 seconds to go. I think he just pulled up and say, let's try to make something happen quickly, even if it's wrong.
Riley going to the rookie, Greg Anthony, down the stretch here in this game, and Anthony has come through. Ramil checks into the ball game as Bobby Weiss looks for quickness to push the ball up the court.
Well, the Hawks played good basketball. Knicks just played a beautiful ball game here. They did the things that they needed to do. Yeah, you got good play inside from Kevin Willis and the Hawks, but Pat Ewing just too much tonight.
Knicks used a 9-2 run to force the first overtime as Ewing follows with authority. And right now they're on an 11-0 run. Dominique Wilkins will finish with 52 points. Backcourt foul, it looks like, against the Hawks.
Did he call a foul on that situation?
Or was he checking the clock?
Maybe a delay of game or something like that. It's irrelevant, whatever it was.
Because the Knicks are up by 11. They're gonna win in double figures in a game that was 2 overtimes. But as we mentioned, this 11-0 run sealing the fate of the Hawks. Greg Anthony will go to the line to try to add to his 8-point total. Can't do it on the first try. Patrick Ewing checks out of the ball game with 41 points. Willis finishing with 20 rebounds, and that's just about the only bright spot. They had good play, but in the end, they could not get it done against Pat Riley's Knicks.
Big performances.